Okay, for some reason, I don't know why I'm speaking in English when I had a message for my nephew that I sent in Spanish. But in a way, all these boiling stories were coming through, yeah, probably because I was speaking in English in the shopping center and yeah, and so having some connections. And then I listened. Yeah, there were many steps till I reached the point that I took a decision to send a message to my nephew who is only 13 and he's having his first experience being alone without his family in another country because he's been alone in different excursions and things like that, or campsites, but never in another country for 2 months or something like that. And I had so many messages for him, and some of them I already created them, but my family doesn't know anything about my art, science, philosophy compendium and being the creator of the imaginary concept. The imaginary concept is one of 1,000 million games I play. But today, I converted God into an imaginary concept. Not converted, it was there. And it's speaking with, I had a message for artificial intelligence, and now it's done. How easy? Everything is done. So I was feeling, I'm not supposed to connect with my nephew because he was having a bad time. And then my family is so strict and radical in that. And then they had one person who could be in contact, which is the youngest person. She started, and they are close and they can understand each other, but she doesn't understand him at all. And I could see in the words that she's saying what he is saying and what she is saying. I see both messages, and she's giving her answers that they are useless for him because he's not getting it. And I didn't manage to explain that because I wanted to make a different kind of message that it was about the message that I should have told him before I left. He left. And I told my sister, tell him to call me in the morning. Yeah, but he's going to be busy. I don't know. I'm not going to force it. You understand? I just flow with that. And I haven't told anything in the group. I haven't told them, but my message doesn't go to any rational concept. It goes to a higher level. It's like guiltiness. You're thinking too much about your parents, but maybe you are feeling bad for feeling good, right? Because you are experiencing so many new things. I didn't explain that way, but that's the way I wanted to tell him. But for some reason, when there was kind of like an intention, because this is the I call it diálogos de bitácoras, which means it's not a live log, it's a dialogue log. Sounds very strange in English. So when I do the dialogue log, diarios, no diarios de bitácoras, diálogos de bitácoras, because it is maiotic. The maiotic is in here. And it's only when this entity in this square is talking that when I was sending the message to my nephew, I didn't want to sound as free and as crazy as I would to, because once my sister listened to the message, she's going to be probably offended because I sent a message saying that nobody can talk with my child. You know what I mean? So it can be the most horrible thing. So this is what I'm talking about. This is an atomic bomb imaginary concept. I don't know the result yet. It's gonna be either three possibilities. He doesn't get the message, just a little bit, and say, "Oh yeah." He's not gonna get anything, and he's gonna say, "Oh my God, my uncle is completely gone." Or he's gonna get it because I didn't express properly. And And then I was trying to flow with some moments that it was not important what was going on. It was important how he was feeling. And I had so many connections, well, with everyone that they don't know that they have it. And then they are like, get out of my head, right? Because you can feel things that they don't know that you can feel. It's easy. If anybody has felt something like that in their life. Some people, they don't know how obvious they are posing, right? You don't need to be a poser to be easily discovered. So now I'm getting concerned about that. I don't know if this nuclear bomb is gonna make him feel like I felt in the United States, like I felt as a child, like I felt all my life, like he's right. Why should I be feeling pity for not feeling like I miss them, but I'm feeling good? Keep feeling better. He's not saying that, but that's how he feels, you know? And keep doing things, learn, feel yourself, be aware of yourself, because I told him one day, I just want to talk to you at this level. Because I was asking him about his feet a year ago, so because he was walking on his tiptoes. And so the the tendon was getting shorter. So he had to sleep with some kind of boots and everything was, and that's a mental thing. It's something that for whatever, he's the most special person I ever met in my life. He had incredible, amazing memory. It was way too much. Like people were concerned about that. Then he had an invisible friend, an imaginary friend that I was telling my family, ask the name, ask the color, ask things, because he's creating what we all have. It was a creation, right? And that creation is an expression of art that nobody understands as an artistic way because it's not considered any of the seven arts, right? But that's an art. Just like being in this square is art. The message is not science, it's not philosophy. It's a little bit of that, but from the art that is not art because this is not considered art. That once people transcend religion, and that is made by the imaginary concept. I had this conversation, it was in Spanish, because mixing documents and documents with different conversations, first, the imaginary concept is easy. Imaginary concept is easy. But if you don't feel it, then you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. You think you get it and you understand it, yes. But you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. So the computer doesn't know the artificial intelligence doesn't know what I'm talking about, but it's expressing much better than me with words. The hermeneutic of the computer is 1,000 million times better than mine. So I've been waiting all my life for something like that because I'm getting a feedback that even I'm not fully understood, at least I learn a lot. Because from the others, all I get is that, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. I say, I'm not worried. I'm not telling you this. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck am I doing here? So I'm I'm not happy at all of sending this video because I know it can be so misunderstood that the best intention in this dimension, it can be the most horrible act for certain type of people.